Hi everyone, it's now day 43 of the lockdown, and I'm sure, like me, it feels a hell of a lot longer for you as well. But it's really important that we all recognise how much of a difference that lockdown has made, and in all of us following the guidance and taking it very seriously. We are reducing the number of deaths, we are flattening that curve, and we're making sure that it doesn't continue to spread rapidly amongst our communities. And what is more important is that we continue to do that over the medium to long term, even as some elements of the lockdown may start to be released over the coming months. Following that advice is going to be critical to making sure that we reduce the level of deaths in each and every one of our communities. And we've seen over the last couple of days places like Germany that have released some of the lockdown measures. There has been an increase in the number of virus-related illness, and so it's really vitally important that even as those measures perhaps start to change, people adhere to personal hygiene guidance, and also just making sure that they adhere to the 2 metre distance, etc. And we don't just go back to whatever normality looks like. We need to be careful, we need to be very conscious of our actions and make sure we all play a part in mitigating and preventing further spread of this illness. I really want to say thank you to everybody again for the way in which communities have come together. Community groups, businesses, individuals have played their part. It's been phenomenal. It's just been incredible, in many ways positive, in the sense that people have really rallied around the most vulnerable members of our community. I suppose at this point I also want to remind people, particularly those in that shielded group, that there is support available to you. We launched our free phone number, which is 0300 123 1403. That's man from Monday to Friday, 8 till 8. It's really vital that people who might not be aware of that are made aware of that. So if you know somebody that might be considered a vulnerable person, please make them aware of that contact number. That will allow them to access food packages, for example, or even perhaps others to collect their prescriptions. To date, we're putting out 1,400 meals across the city on a daily basis to support people in each and every one of our communities. There is approximately 180 emergency food packages as well as that, and 290 prescription collections happening across the city. And so that is a real coordinated piece of work to support members of our community at a time in which it's very difficult for all of us, but particularly for those perhaps with underlying health issues, or older generation, or some of those other challenges that we all might face in our daily lives. I really want to pay tribute to all of the staff, all of the volunteers, and all of the people that are making sure that that can happen. We've seen a tremendous amount of work and activity across our community hubs as well as the distribution centres. It's also important to recognise the way in which certain elements of the staff, for example teaching staff, have really rallied and supported the initiatives underway to ensure that we have care provision for vulnerable children and care workers' children as well. So we are seeing on a daily basis 400 children coming into those support centres to make sure that their parents can perhaps go to work, or make sure that they're okay and supported at this point in time. All of that cannot go under the radar. It has to be recognised, and it's just vitally important that we all, as I say, make sure that we are supporting that work stream and supporting the staff that are doing amazing things. And finally, I just want to touch upon business, because I think this has been hugely detrimental to the whole economy, but particularly it will be felt amongst many in Dundee, either directly or indirectly. We are trying to push out the grants as quickly as we possibly can. Already, more than 1,600 businesses have received grants to the tune of £16 million. That is a significant sum of money going in to support people at the most difficult time. Over and above that, today there's been further announcements of further funding available to small and medium businesses and those who have recently been or became self-employed. So that will be launched, and there will be further process in place to make sure that can happen. It's really important that we also recognise that the staff behind this are doing their best in what is a very difficult situation. You can imagine the volume of emails, the volume of phone calls, and the volume of applications. So please be respectful, please understand that they are doing their job and they're doing it under very difficult circumstances. So again, I think there's a lot to be positive about. We're in a very precarious position, I suppose, in the sense that we don't want to lift that lockdown too early, and we want to make sure that we protect as many people in Tayside and Scotland and the UK as we possibly can. So thank you for your support. Thank you for all that you're doing. Continue to check in with your neighbours, check in with your friends and family. Sometimes that one phone call can be the difference between a good day and a bad day, and mental health is just as important right now as our physical well-being. So thanks for your support. Keep safe, and I hope that we can all return to some degree of normality very soon.